Yeah. So good day to you one more time. And this is going to be a training session, and it's one training session that you really do not want to miss because there are a lot of information I'm going to be passing across, which is going to really help you to understand what Royal Cage is all about, what you have at the back office, and then how to do certain settings and etc. etc. So I think I should just go straight into what I have. So as you can see in front of you, what I have here is the Royal Q app that is being displayed in front of you. And as you can see right there, you'll see that you have app binding, you have revenue details, you have reward details, you have assets, then you have user guide, consultative course, invite friend, and then more. So when you just recently come on board and you want to get started, this is where the first place to go to. Or no, not necessarily. If you want to first register, you need to get to the person that you want to sign on, which is going to be your sponsor, and then you need to get that person's referral link. So if you are the person that you want to give your referral link out to someone, then you come to this invite friend. So once you get there, you just click on it. So when you click on it, it's going to show you your own URL. You just click on that copy recommended URL. You just click on it, and then you can send it to the person that wants to register under you. Now, when the person has registered under you, it is very essential that you now take them to this place. So at this place right here, you'll see something like this. You'll see this kind of arrow right here. So you click on that arrow. When you click on that arrow, it's going to open, it's going to take you to this place. And in that place, you tell the person to click on this place and change the nickname to something else, because what usually comes there is a combination of numbers and alphabets and all that. And it is very essential that the person uses nickname so that you can, on a regular basis, know if the person is making profits or not. Because you being the sponsor, you'll be able to see the person that is trading under you, and then be able to see if the person is making profit or is not making profit. So if the person is not making profit, then you can try to find out what is wrong and all that, which is very essential. Why you need to tell them to change this default to something that they want as their nickname. And then, of course, they are going to come to location and then choose Nigeria or Germany or France or anywhere they want to. Now, once they have finished doing that, the next thing that they want to do is to go to Binance and then send 130 or $140 to Royal Q. And so what we then tell them is that you tell them to click on assets, and then when they click on that asset, they will then click on this deposit, and then they will click on this copy address. So this is the wallet address of this person right now. So the person will just copy the wallet address and then go to Binance to send about 140 USDT. So once that has been sent to Binance, and then always remember that the network that they're going to be using to send it is going to be TRC20 network, which is Tron. So once they have done that, the money is going to be appearing here under their assets. It's going to be writing maybe $130, or it's going to be writing maybe 140 USD, whatever amount they have sent. The most important is that the amount is not less than $10. So after that is done, what they then need to do is to click on activate. Because this account has already activated, that is why it is showing renew. If it is something very that has not been activated before, it will show activate. So you just click on that activate, and then you confirm the let me even see if it's going to want to take me to that place. Let me see. Okay, so assuming I just want to activate right now, so you just click on this, you click on this, you enable that. Once you enable it, and then here will be written activate. This place will be written activate. So you just enable this. Once you enable it, and then you click on it, to take you to read all these policy terms and all that. You can take your time to read them. And then if you take you there, you just go back and then you click on activate. When you click on activate, you are welcome to Royal Crew. That's just a very simple registration process you need to know. So that's the first step. The second step then is for them to bind their Royal Q to Binance. And then you'll be able to get the app binding either by clicking on this one, either by clicking on this, or from the home page. If you go to the home page, you'll still see the API binding right there. So once you go there, you just click on this stuff, and then you go to Binance, and then you copy your API key, you put it here, you copy the secret key from Binance, you put it here, and then you now copy this IP address right here, you copy it, and then you put it in Binance, and then you click on bind in Binance. You confirm and do that one on Binance first, and then right here you're also going to click on bind. It's going to tell you to get some codes from your email and also from your phone, and then once you have done that, you have successfully binded your account. So you are going to see it right here. It's going to show you that it's going to write bound. That means you can now see you have now been able to successfully connect your Binance account and Royal Q together. And one of the ways as well you'll be able to see it is that by the time you come to this quantitative right here, you come to this quantitative, once you click on it, it will take you here, and then you now need to click on this refresh. If you don't click on this refresh, the amount that is going to be shown here is going to be 0. So once you then click on the refresh, it's going to bring out the wallet address that you have on your spot wallet, and it's going to display it here. Right now is 149. Before it was 130 something. It means that I just finished closing one position in profit. I just recently opened this account right now, not more than an hour ago or less. I think about an hour ago, and the person has made about 0.3 USDT. And so this is where you are going to be seeing all the profits that you will be making. Anytime the robot is closing it in profit, you will see all this, your trading profits here. But these ones are not withdrawable. The reason why they are not withdrawable is that immediately the robot is closing your trade for you, is closing it directly on your Binance account, and then you are going to be having it on incremental level on your Binance account. That means if, for instance, you have $150 before, and then it now closes it by $2, you're supposed to have $152. However, I know that majority of you have some complaint in this regard, because by the time it closes that profit, you are still going to be having less than your startup capital. For instance, this person started with 230, and then it has closed. It has closed some. Am I sure I'm recording? Let me be sure I'm recording. Yeah. So it has closed some trades in profit, and so you'll be expecting it to be about 230. No, the reason why it's not going to be 230 that the person started with is this. Now, if I go to the home page and if you come to under open strategy right here, you would see that this person is in two running trades. First, big USDT, and then the second is SHIB. And so if you click on this first one, you will see that it has removed $41, approximately $41 from the person's account to buy big USDT for him. In likewise manner, also, if you click on this SHIB, it has removed roughly $20 to buy SHIB USDT for that person. So if you want to have an understanding of what the total amount you should have is, you just need to do that simple calculation. This place, you have about $20, so you put 20 there. And then on that SHIB, on this big, we have $41. So we put the 41 here, so making about $61. So you can now then add this $61 to what you then have in to what you now have under your wallet address. So if you now come here, you have roughly $150 here. So if you then take the okay, I think this person started with $210. Yeah, I just remember. So if you then had the $150 to the $61 right now, you are going to be getting 211, approximately 211. The person started with $209, and then because of the small profit that's closed, that's why you're seeing roughly 211. And so that is how you're going to be calculating your money. So have it at the back of your mind that Royal Q does not have that permission to go into your Binance wallet and then withdraw, because you are not going to give it that privilege, that authority to do that, which is the reason why you have something like this, which is the reason under this mind, which is the reason why you have this provision here, this $10. So what does this $10 stand for? Now, this $10 that we can see here, some people's own is much more than this. Some can be $20, some can be $30, some can be $40, etc. So why do you need to have this amount here? Now, the reason is this. Remember that when you started Royal Q, the information we told you is that anybody that signs you up gets a certain percentage. And also, whenever you are trading, the person will be getting certain percentage from the profits that you have made so far. So what happened is this. When this person started as at 1 hour ago, the dollar here was $11. The amount here was $11. But right now you can see that it is 10.936. So what it means is that it has been reduced by a certain amount. So the difference between this $11 and $10.936 is what Royal Q has taken as its own 20% profit. Remember that when the robot is trading for you, it's going to be taking not $20, 20%. 20%. So when the robot is trading for you, you are entitled to 80% of whatsoever profit the robot makes, and then he is going to be taking $20, and he's going to be entitled to take 20% of that amount. Now, because Royal Q is not able to go to your Binance account to go and withdraw this percentage that is supposed to be able to withdraw for its own self, because it's not going to be able to do that, which is why this reserve here is compulsory. So anytime you now want to take that 20% of the profit that he has closed for you on that your Binance wallet, it will then take that 20% away from the reserve that you have. So the more you make profit, if you keep on saying that this thing is reducing, it means you are making profit. The more profit you make, the more it will be reducing. And then when it is less than $10, it's going to tell you that your asset or whatever is less than $10. And then if it is less than $2, the policy will stop. They are saying that, okay, the threshold, the maximum tolerance for them is $2. So if you do not then have more than that $2 again in your wallet, it means that the robot will no more be picking trades for you. It will no more be buying or selling. So people used to have that confusion. They don't know what exactly, how is it possible for the robots to be taking 20%, giving 80% and all that. This is how it works. The 80% profit, as a matter of fact, 100% of whatsoever the robot makes stays right there in your Binance wallet. It closes it and then it stays there. So the 20% equivalent of that amount will then be deducted here, which is what is then going to be shared to your uplines and then to Royal Q. So if, for instance, Royal Q was able to deduct $2, let's say Royal Q was able to deduct $2 from this, your $10. Now, out of that $2, me that I'm going to be your sponsor, I'm supposed to get 2% and 20% of this $2. So 20% of $1 is 0.2. So I'm supposed to get about $0.4 from this $2 that has been deducted. And then the rest is going to be shared evenly based on the distribution that their program is to be. So once you have this understanding, it lets you have that confidence that, okay, nobody is touching your money in your Binance wallet. And also for you to be able to get the total of what you have at your total balance, I just explained to you that you had how much has been purchased for you for all the coins, and then you come to your USDT wallet, you make sure you refresh it, and once you refresh it, you now have them up together. It should give you your starting capital. Now, having said this, before I proceed, do we have any questions so far? I just want to first give you some, because we have lots of things to discuss anyway. I just want to first give you some good understanding of what is going on that in your Royal Q, so that at least you are aware. Do we have any questions so far? If you have any questions so far, based on what I've explained so far, I'm not talking of what problem you have or coin settings and all that. We are still going to be getting to that, but based on what I've explained so far, do you have any question? I'm going to just give us 30 seconds for anybody to raise up his or her hand, and then after that, we can move on. Any questions so far? If you have any question, raise your hand and then we'll quickly discuss it. So in the answer, okay, one person, Fuad has raised up his hand. Unmute yourself and talk.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So what happens if your asset, you don't have, your asset is 0, 0. You have to, you have to credit it.
Yes. It means that if you go back to this asset now and then you have 0.000, by the time you now click on trade, that's when you want to buy coin, it will not go because your balance here is less than $2. So if it is more than $2, let's say you have about $3, it will go through, but it will always be disturbing you that your balance is low. You should try to fund it. Do you understand now? Because this is where they can only deduct the profits that they are making for on your account. This is the only place they can deduct that profit from. So people used to say you need to put $20 in your Royal Q just for, so that you have enough. If you have just $5 here, the robot is still going to be trading for you. But as long as it now gets to about $2 or less, it's going to stop trading for you. That is what it means. Do you understand now? Any other question? Okay. Unmute yourself, sir.
So I want to ask, how can we constantly fund our assets to prevent it? Because since it's trading automatically, you will not be watching your screen all the time to know that it's using all the time. So how do you fund it?
Yes, let me just move you back. Okay, thank you for moving yourself back. Now, majority of the people that trade on Royal Q, my understanding with them is that they even check their robot every second. I don't understand. People used to check it every minute, like has it dropped, has it increased, and all that. So I won't lie to you, that one is not a problem at all because people check it every single day. But if you are that kind of person that doesn't usually have time and you don't check it like in a week or thereabout, yes, it means you need to have enough money there because it takes a long time before $20 can get finished, depending on your trading capital. So if you are trading with about $5,000 and you have $20 in this reserve right here, it's going to finish fast compared to somebody that is trading with $250 and have $20. You understand? So if you know that you are not going to be having time, I know people that used to put $100 here because they don't want to be going to their Binance every time and then be replenishing and sending. They just put $100 there. So worst case scenario, now this is what happened. This is where there's a risk factor. The only problem that you can have is that if tomorrow there's no more Royal Q, or you are trying to log into Royal Q, the app is not going through, or Royal Q has been hacked, or something happened to Royal Q, the only money that you can lose to Royal Q is the money that you have inside your asset wallet. It means that you will not be able to access that amount anymore unless Royal Q comes back. So it's usually advisable that you, once in a while, maybe every 3 days, every 1 week, just check. Is it less than $10? If it's less than $10, you still leave it. But if it is less than about $5 or thereabout, then you top it up. So that just anytime, one day, God forbid, but if anything happens at any time, the money you have in your Binance wallet is there, it's safe. Nobody can touch it. The only money that you are going to be losing is the one that you have here. So for me, anytime I make profit, plenty in my Royal Q, sharply I used to withdraw it. So if in a day I make about $120, I can withdraw about $80 or $90 there, so that I will only leave just $20 or $30. So just tomorrow, in case there's no more Royal Q, life goes on. I've already withdrawn my money and I have my trading account in my Binance wallet. I hope that's explained this better, sir. So any other question? In the absence of any question right now, so let us move ahead. We have a long time to go. It's okay. Somebody was sending, please, the robots that will be doing the trading for us, is it Binance? Please, how can I log in? I can see that you have not yet registered. This training is for those that have activated and are currently trading. So if you want to get registered, you can go back to the person that have invited you, or you can chat me up if you join the group from Facebook ad. If you see the Facebook ad and then you join, then you can chat me up in the group. So let's continue, guys. So now that you understand most of all these things that we have right here, the next thing for us now is to go to this quantitative, which is where, okay, before I go to that quantitative, let me quickly explain what you have under the coin setting, under this coin display. So right here, when you click on this coin, it will display all this information for you. And so the first one right here means that the robots have been able to buy big USDT for you using $41 of your account. If you have $250, it has taken $41 to buy big USDT for you. And by position or in terms of quantity, it means you now have 19.1 big inside your crypto. That means it has purchased that one for you. It used $41 to buy big USDT for you, and the quantity, that means you're holding, just like you are a shareholder in a company, and this is the amount of share you are holding. So you are holding 19.1 big in quantity, and then the current price of this big right now is trading at 2.107 US dollars. And then the average price so far, the reason why you're going to be seeing this average price is when it has bought more than one quantity for you. So if it has price has gone down and then it has bought and also bought, it's then going to be giving you the average price. So the average price means that if this 2.103 eventually start going up, by the time it gets to about 2.145, it's going to, your return rate is going to be 0.00%. And then when it goes above it by a small percentage, you are going to be in loss, in profit, sorry. So this one currently right now is what we call floating loss. Now, when we say floating loss, we mention it loss because it is still in negative. The beautiful part about the Royal Q is that it does not and cannot close your position in loss by itself, except you yourself, you want to just close it in loss. You want to use your hand to close it in loss, which is why they have made this provision here for you, that if you feel that you want to get out of that position in loss by yourself, you can manually by yourself close it by clicking on this sell. That is why you have it there. So the Royal Q app only buys coins for you. It buys those coins and then it does not close those coins until when price has shown positive here. When it has started reading positive, that is when it's going to now close it in profit. And that profit percentage, we are going to be discussing that very soon. So then this number of calls, call margin, means that it has bought 3 times for you. The first time was the first one that it bought when you first start trading that coin. The second one is when price have, so when, let's say for instance, price was here, and then you said you want to buy it at this point. So it bought it for you here, and then after buying it, instead of price to go up, price came down. So now I'm going to change this color now. I'm going to put this one to be 1. This one is going to be 1 instead of 2. So this is the first order call. This is the first margin call. That means when price now goes to that level, it now bought another one for you. And then instead of price to go up again, it didn't go up very well. It came down again. After coming down, it's going to now buy another one for you again. So we are going to then put 2 here. So which is what has happened so far. The first one that you bought from is the first buy amount when you want to first start. And then after that, if price goes down, you are going to have 1 margin call. If price eventually goes down from that point again, you are going to have 2 margin call, on and on like that, based on the settings that you have put, which you are going to be discussing very soon. So I hope that side is clear. So now, this one that you see right here, this one that is called one shot, you are first going to be seeing something like cycle here before it will be written as one shot. Now, the difference between this one shot and cycle is this. Cycle, how will you picture a cycle? Let me just quickly draw a cycle for you so that you understand what cycle really is. So this is cycle right here. So this is like a circle. So which is why they give it that name, cycle. It means that the robot will continuously. You can say that there's no end to this circle that I've drawn. There is no starting point, there's no ending point, there's no end point. You just keep on going round and round and round and round. So what that cycle means that as long as you have money in your Binance wallet and you are buying a particular coin, if you are leaving it as cycle, immediately the robot is closing a position for you in profit. it will buy another one. If you close it in profit, it will buy another. It will never stop as long as you have money in your wallet. Now, when you then switch to one shot is this. If you have started trading a pair, so let's say, for instance, you are buying a coin and then it has been going up, and then all of a sudden it goes to a certain level and you want to start going down for a very long time. You don't want to be in that coin anymore, because it means that if you don't change it and change it away from cycle, by the time this kind of flush happens and you are still in that position, it will take a long time before you start getting to see profit, which is what happened to quite a lot of traders once in a while. So what you then eventually do is this. Immediately price is getting to somewhere around here, and you feel that when you get to around this space, it's going to go down. You move it away from this cycle to one shot. You move it away from that cycle to one shot. So that means that you are telling the robots that when you close the next profit around here, don't buy anyone again. I am no more going to buy this coin. When you close it in profit, I am done. I don't want to be in cycle anymore, which is the reason why they have put this one there, this one shot. So always understand the reason for that one shot and cycle. Now, the next information that you have here is either sell or buy. I've already told you when you are going to be using the sell. You use the sell when you don't want to buy that coin anymore and you just want to get out by yourself. You just click on that sell and then it's to close it in profit for you. Or it can also be in profit, but price has not gotten to the level where it's going to close out in profit and you feel that you are already satisfied with the profits you have made so far. You can click on sell and then it will close that profit for you manually. So this one is like manually going out of that position. Now this buy means that you by yourself, you want to add to your position using the Royal Q bot. So let's say, for instance, price has been going up, and then all of a sudden it came down significantly. So after coming down this manner, you now feel that it's going to start going up from this point. But your settings, the setting that you have set is going to still wait for price to get to this level before it picks it up and go up. And you feel that price is already making that turn to want to start going up. So what you can do at this point is that you can then go to this buy, just click on that buy. So when you click on the buy, it's going to bring this, that what price do you want to enter at? So if you want to enter at the current market price, so this is what we call manual replenishment. That means you want to by yourself, you want to buy it manually. You want to turn around this loss to profit by yourself. So if you want to enter it at a certain price and price has not gotten there, you can put that price here. So if I feel that price is going to be getting to 2.110, for instance, I'll put that price there. Okay, when price gets to 2.110, buy at that price for me. But if you want to buy it at the current market price, that means you want to buy it immediately. Then you click on the market price. You can see immediately I click on the market price, it changes away straight to market price. And then it's asking me how much of margin call, how much do you want to use to buy this coin? So for instance, let me just use this as an example. I will just put $10 here to use to buy for this person. So I put $10 here. Immediately I put the $10, you will see that this, although it's not going to be much because I'm only putting just a small amount. So if I put about $100, everything right here, the whole of this thing right here is going to turn to positive. It's going to go to plus. And then you can say, okay, you want to close it out at profit. But now I'm just going to just put $10 just for the sake of this analysis and then click on buy. So once I click on buy, you will see what eventually happened. You can see that it was minus 1.7 before. Now it is now minus 1.4. So it improved the loss that you were in before. So if I put enough money there, it's going to turn around that loss significantly to almost profit, or if not profit. So now, anytime you are going to be taking your trade, this one that you have here, this strategy mode, I usually advise that you change the strategy mode to sub-bin real-time settlement. So what this one means is this. Now, for the whole house, when we get to the settings, you understand how those settings play in relationship within this whole house and then versus sub-bin mode. But the major difference between them is this. If you're, by default, if you start buying a coin, by default, it's going to be in whole warehouse mode. But I usually advise that you change it to sub-bin real-time settlement. So what that means is this: from the 5th position onwards, let's say price went up, is there a reason to go up? It didn't go up, it just keep on going down. So immediately get to about 5th call, and then let me just do this. Let me just do this all around. So I'm going to give this one 5, I'm going to give this one 6, I'm going to give this one 7. So what this one means is that when the robots make the 5th position and price didn't go up as expected, and then it came down, as it's coming down, it's going to buy again for you. So if price pull up by this amount, let's say that this amount is 1.2%, which is what you have set in your position, in your trade setting, that when it gets 1.2%, it should close it. Hold on, sorry. It should close. So what it's going to be is that it's going to close this 6th position for you independently. The beauty of this royal queue is this: you know that if you just keep on buying and buying and buying for you without closing any profit at all, something can happen at any time, and the market can just flush down, and all the profit that you have made so far will turn to loss. So what the programmer then eventually did is that, which is why you realize that you can still be making money even when price is going down, when price is in a bearish market. Because from the 5th position onwards, it's going to be closing all those trades independently, individually. So if you have set it that when price pull up a little from this level by just 1.2%, close that position for me in profit. So it's going to close this position for you in profit. If price eventually want to come down again, it will buy. So if price didn't go up and then keep on going down, since it has not gotten to that your profit level, it will not close it. It's going to then open another buy for you when it gets to the 7th call. So let's assume that the 7th call eventually went up. That means it started going up like this. So what happened in this particular case? What happened in this particular case is that it's going to close the 7th position for you in profit. It's going to close that 6th position for you in profit, and then it will remain just the 5th position and then the other position that you were before. So the robot is smart enough to still be closing profit for you even when market is down, which is why you see that some people will still be making profit continuously and market is still in a bearish market. That is the beauty of that Royal Q app. And this is what does it. So by the time you change it to sub-bin mode real-time settlement, it means that at any time the robot is closing, at any time price is going down significantly against you, you are telling it that from the 5th level onwards, it should be closing your position individually. So the people that are really making money are people that immediately price flush down like this. Let me even quickly take you to a chart so that it won't look very abstract for you to understand what I'm talking about. Let me take you to a chart right here. So, what's this one? I have this one for you. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about now. Let me just take this now. So this BTC USDT chart. So let me just check the percentage pull up. This one is about 2%, and then this one is about 7%, almost 7%. So this one is very good. Now look at what happened. Let's say, for instance, the robot mistakenly bought for you at this point, and the market came down like this. So we are going to call, let me call this one the 4th. Let me just use it to use the 4th so that you understand very well. So I'm going to call this one 4th, and then price went up, and then it came down again, 5th, and then 6th, and then let me use 7th here. So what happened is this: when the robot buys somewhere around for you here, when it buys somewhere around for you here, price came down, and then after coming down, it pulled up by how many percent? It pulled up by 3%. But let's say, for instance, that you have set 4% instead of this 3.5%. You have set it to close at 4%. So it means that it is not going to be closing this 4th position. And as a matter of fact, after some time, it's going to open this 5th position for you. So you are now telling that robot that from this 5th position onwards, any pull up, any small pull up from this position upward, be closing those ones in profit for me independently. So despite the fact that you are still in a position, in a loss position from the onset, it's going to be closing this pull back up for you in profit. It's going to be closing this one for you in profit. It's going to be closing this one for you in profit. It's going to be closing this one for you in profit, which is what that sub real time mode real-time settlement is. For the wholesale is that it's going to be buying all these ones and then it's going to be harvesting it. It's going to be holding them up to when they come back to certain level and then close all of them in profit. But in market, anything can happen at any time. So I usually advise first collect the one you can collect first and then leave the rest. We'll sort out the rest later. So let's continue. Let me go back to this. So now you understand what that real-time settlement is. So this one is just like the summary of the position that you have taken so far. The summary of the position that you have taken so far. So what it means here is that the core margin trigger price. So what it means is this. Your next core margin trigger price, you can see that we have 2.104 here. So what it means is that when price get less than or equals to this 2.072, that means price came down from 2.10 and then it went to 2.072. It's going to buy another one for you. So it means your next margin call will now be writing as 3. So this is what that information is. And then the trigger price. If what you have here right now, the current market price is 2.103, and then price eventually start going up, it's going to be closing your profit for you when it gets to 2.165. So if you are trading this particular pair currency, you can, or coin, sorry, you can then go to the chart and look at this level that it has marked as the trigger price. Let me quickly just go there. Let me go to Bake USDT. Do I have it here? I think I should have it here. But let me go to Trading View straight up. Trading View. Trading View. So here, I'm going to search for Bake USDT. So here, the market price that it gave us is 2.165. So let me just use this horizontal way, 2.165, so that we have an understanding of where it's actually referring to coordinates. So 2.165, and then you click on OK. So you can see what is saying here. So this is the current price. So it's saying that if price don't get to this place, it's going to be closing it out in profit for you. Somebody is saying he can't hear. Can anybody hear me? If you can hear me, type Y. If you can hear me, type Y. Okay. So someone can help that person that can't hear. You just chat the person up to see if you can help him or her. So if price eventually then gets to this place, it will close you out in profit. So this is what you then do. If you don't want to trade that coin anymore, and you can see that, okay, price is going to be getting there, what you then do is that you can change it away from the cycle to one shot. So if you don't want to trade that coin anymore, you can now say, okay, I think price is going to be getting to that level very soon. So you can then say you want to change it away from this cycle to one shot. So you can see right here, if I click, it has written cycle here. By the time I now click on one shot, it's going to write cycle here and then change it to one shot. So it means that when price gets to this trigger price, it is no longer going to buy anyone for me. It's just going to be closing it out in profit. But I want you to continue trading because what I can see here from this analysis shows that it should still go up. So I'm going to change it back to cycle. So this will just give you all the summary that you have right there. The next one that we want to go into proper is the trade setting, which is what majority of you guys have been waiting for, this trade setting. So before we get to the trade setting, let me quickly show you how you are going to first do your point setting. So if you just newly start your royal queue and then you now want to do coin setting, the first thing you want to do, or before I even go there, if you are this kind of person that do not have time at all to be maybe to be following up on the coin that you should buy and then click on start and all that, there are two strategies that you can use in royal queue. They have made it very easy for anybody. The first one is this cycle that you can see right here, and then the second one is quantitative. So under that cycle, we now have that sync strategy. So when I click on this cycle, these are all the people that we have under the cycle. So when I say all the people, these are like mentors. These are people that are called like professionals. They choose coins they want to trade, and then people follow them. You can see right here that the number of people that have followed this person is about 62,000. This one is about 20,000. This one is about 15,000. So people are mirroring what they are doing. They are mentors. So if you then want to follow any one of them, you just click on that person, and then once you click on the person, you click on apply to join, or let me even click on his profile again. If you click on apply to join, it will take you to the person's profile right here, and then you now click on the percentage win. So you click on the percentage win, it will then show you all the coins that the person is trading under either Binance or Wobi. It will show you all the coins that is trading, and then you now click on sync strategy. Once you click on sync strategy, let me click on that sync strategy. Once you click on that sync strategy, it's going to ask you for the first buy-in amount that you want to be using to trade. So I'm going to explain what that one means very soon. You put in the first buying amount there, which is not going to be less than $10 in any case. It's not going to be less than $10. You put the $10 there, and the number of strategy. That means how much deep do you want to cover in your when price is going down. Like, you are going to be understanding that one very soon. So most of the time, people usually just put 7 or 5 or 9 or thereabout. So once you put any amount there, you then click on this same strategy. It's automatically, also what it's going to do for you is that it will automatically by itself select one coin from the coin that mentor is trading, and then open that coin for you, and you are buying it automatically. So each time the mentor goes for another coin, you are also going to be getting part of those coins that the mentor is trading. So you don't need to worry yourself about the coin to select which one is going up, which coin is going down, etc. And this 1% here is how much the person is going to be collecting from the profit that you are making, being that you are following that person. So just like the charges that the person is making on you for following him, just going to be collecting 1%. So when the Royal Q app is deducting 20% of that profit from your account, instead of it to be 20%, it's going to be 21%. So it's going to be giving 1% to this person, and then giving you 79% return. But then the second one right here, to me, I'm not going to be going with the quantitative. Now, I'm not going to go in with the sync strategy, sorry. Now, everything that has a good side also has a bad side. The good side of this one is that if you follow a very good mentor, the mentor will always select the coins for you, the strategy that you want to choose from, and then you just need to just set it up one time and forget it. Now, the bad side to this, so people used to make a lot of money with, as you can see, over 20,000 people are following this particular person. Now, the bad side to this is that you by yourself, you are not the one choosing the coin to trade. So for instance, let me quickly share the trading view to you so that you understand. So for instance, let us assume that the coin automatically selects this big USDT for you. The mentor, when he wanted to start buying that coin, most likely he will have entered the coin somewhere around here when it wants to go up. So he is going to be in profit, for a lot of time. And then depending on the time that you are now joining. So unfortunately, let's just say, unfortunately, you have joined when price wants to do this flush down. You have joined when it wants to do that flush down. So what it means eventually is that it's the robot that will pick that point for you, and immediately you join, price can flush down, and then instead of you to start on a profit note, you are going to be on a loss note, which is why you see that some people used to complain that these other people, they are making profit now, but how come my own is in loss? And then we are in the same currency, we are following the same mentor or the same strategy or whatsoever. The difference is usually the timing. The timing that Mr. A enters is different from the timing that Mr. B enters, the timing that Mr. C enters, etc. The timing that favors the most is the one that favors that mentor, because he's the one that knows which coin wants to go up and is immediately picking up that coin. So if you are not entering the coin immediately with the mentor, you may be entering it at the wrong time when price wants to be going down. So have it at the back of your mind that sometimes some people make money, some don't make money at that period, depending on the timing. So then, in contrast to this, the reason why they now made the quantitative available is that for the quantitative, you by yourself, you now look at, okay, which coin want to start going up. So you now select that coin and then you enter it when you know that it wants to go up. So it's not more random. Nobody's choosing any coin for you at random. By yourself, you have done your analysis to say, okay, this coin wants to go up, and then you are buying it. And I know a lot of you right here, you do not have good knowledge of market analysis. You don't know how to scan the market to know which one wants to go up or down. Fortunately for you, you have a good leader. And in my own case, I have a group where I used to once in a while communicate the coin that wants to start going up. So when I give you that kind of information, the only thing you just need to do is to go to your app, search for that coin, and click on start. That is all. It's as simple as that. So I know a lot of people that have now been switching away from the sync strategy to the quantitative strategy, which is what I'm further going to explain to you right now. So let me go back to the app right here. So I'm going to cancel this sync. I don't want to sync, so I'm just going to cancel it out, and then cancel it out. Let me go out from here, leave cycle. Okay. So you can see that the amount right here has changed to 138 because I purchased an additional $10 to buy the baked USDT. So you need to always remember that it's going to be reducing your spot balance wallet each time it's buying coin for you, or when you are using your own hand to buy the coin yourself. So now the next one right here is quantitative. This quantitative. So I'm going to explain that one to you also. Let me go there. So this quantitative right now, you can see that we have two windows. We have the general and then we have the professional. The general and then we have the professional. So when you first start your royal queue, this professional is not going to show. And I'll explain the reason why that is so for you. So you want the professional to show. Under this mind, you come here and you make sure that you select it. So by default, this is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to be. So you then click here to say enable professional edition. So once you click on it, it's going to be asking you 3 questions. The answer to those questions are the last options, last options, B, C, B. So once you just select that, it then enables the professional coin for you. So the difference between this professional coin and the general coin majorly is that coins that you have here, when they want to move, they used to move very well. And when they want to be slow, they can be slow. But for the general, they move, in regular way. They move in regular manner. So if you want to trade, which is why they first locked it, because they know that it's very volatile. Give me a few minutes. I think I need to take water. Just 1 minute. Okay, guys, so I'm back. I needed to drink that water. I've been talking for the past almost 1 hour now. So where was I? Who can remind me where I was? The professional. Okay. So the coins that you have right here, they are very volatile. And someone like me, I even prefer trading them because as a matter of fact, if you see the account that I posted in the group recently that I just opened for someone, I'm going to try to log in here and then show you the account later. I traded professional coins. I was trading Matic, I was trading SHIB, I was trading Bake, and I was trading Monero also. I was trading about 4 of them. And when they started moving like this, they were just moving like, like they were crazy. And so that is how volatile they can be. So when I say volatile, I mean that you need to get the entry position of that coin right. If you don't get it right and then you enter it, they can go take you back, they can take you down in floating loss for a very long time. But if they are going to be moving in your favor, they are going to be moving very well. So you can make about 2%, 3% profit within 2-3 days. So now that you understand it, if you now want to do your trade setting, this is what you do. You come under this general, you first set for the general and then you set for the professional. If you know you're not going to be trading the professional coins at all, then you don't need to bother. But if you know you want to trade the professional coin, then you need to do for both the general and the professional. If you know you only want to focus on the professional coin, then you don't need to do for the general. But I usually advise that you just take the pen and do for the two of them straight up. So you click on this batch setting. So once you click on the batch setting, once you click on it, it will spring forth like this. So once you click on that, it will spring forth, and then you need to click on this all. You need to click on that all. So once you do that, you just click on this all. You can see that it will automatically select all the coins for you so that you can apply the settings to all of them at a time. Once you do the settings, you don't need to bother anymore. The next time you are coming at any time, you just click on start and that's all. So once you do that, you then click on trade settings. So this is where it now gets interesting, which is what I really have for you guys today. So how will you know what to put in this place? How will you know? Before I explain what you put in that, let me first explain what all these things means. Now, the first thing that we have here is called the first buy-in amount. First buy-in amount. The minimum is $10. If you go and put $5 there or $7, it will not go, because on Binance in sports trading, the minimum amount that you can trade with is 10 USDT. So Royal Q Hub itself usually even advise that you make it minimum of 15 USDT. But the reason why they have left it for this 10 USDT is so that people that have very small amount of money to trade it, like people that have $100 or $120, can still trade using the Royal Q Hub. But I usually advise that you have it much more than this $10. Why? The reason is because at any particular point in time that price is closing out in profit for you, it's going to be percentage of this first buying amount that you have set. So if somebody is trading with 100 first buying amount, and then it has set it that when it gets to 2%, it should close it out in profit for him. So it's going to be closing it at $2 for that person. You that you are using $10 as your first buying amount is going to be closing 2% for it, which is going to be $0.2. So you can see you can see that the amount of your first buying amount determines how fast your account will grow if you really want to be making money. So if you start with a trading account of, say, $200, and then your first buying amount is about $10, most of the time when it is closing trade for you in profit, you are only just going to be making $0.2, $0.1 something, etc. Now you have paid about $120 for robot activation. When with this $0.2 be able to be much enough to cover for this $120 that you have paid, so that you then start making profit? Because as it stands, it means that you are not making profit yet, even though it may be showing that you are making profit, but in the real sense of it, you have not started making profit, because you have paid $120 activation bot, robot activation. So it makes logical sense that you try to make about $1 or $2 every single day. About $2 every single day. So when you are making about $2 every single day, in a month, 2 times 30 is about $60. So it means that you have first recouped half of what you have paid out for the robot activation. And then in the second month, you have made about another half to cover up for the robot activation. And then from that point onward, it is going to be risk-free. Risk-free in the sense that your money lies there in your Binance account, and it's going to be increasing in compound effect. And then you can just leave it for the rest 1 year, for the rest 3 years, and then let it ride. but at least you know that you have been able to get back the money that you paid for the robot. So if you are then trading with a capital of 120 or 150, the robot, the market is just going to be closing as little as you have, and it's going to take you a long time before you even make this $120 to recoup how much you have paid. But if you are not in a hurry, then no problem. But if you want to get your money back fast, the one that you have used for robot activation, I usually advise you have about $500 up to $1,000 trading account size. So having said this, let me quickly explain this part to us, and then we now go to find out which settings we're going to be putting here and how to apply those settings. So now you understand what the Fed buying amount is, the margin call limit. Margin call limit is just this. Let me take us back to the chart. So this is something that is called the margin call limit. So I'm going to use this ruler, and then I'm going to draw it from this eye down to this place. So what can you see here? What can you see here? What can you see there? Who can tell me what you can see there? What is written there? I hope I'm not talking to myself. Can anybody help us out? What is written there? That place I cycled. Minus 57. Thank you. So it means that price dropped significantly. Price have dropped from here up to this place by 57%, by 57% in that short, 57%. But it just didn't go there by that 57% at once. It was going there small, 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 small. Now, I'm going to draw another ruler. And then I'm going to take it from here to here. Let me just, okay, let me go to 15 minutes time frame. 15 minutes time frame. Okay, so I'm just going to now draw it from here to here. So you can see that it dropped about 7% from this point onward. It dropped 7%. Now, after dropping that 7%, it dropped by another 15% before it went up. So all those drop that is happening is what we call the margin call drop, which means that you want to tell the robot that each time market drops by certain percentage, buy for me. Take certain amount from my coin that I have in my wallet and then buy that coin for me, so that when it now wants to go up, close it in profit. That's just a very simple understanding you need to have about the Royal QR. It's going to be buying for you each time market goes down by the certain amount of percentage you have told it to buy each time it is going down. It's very simple. So here, if I draw the ruler here, price drop from here to here by 13%. So you can tell the robot that if this kind of thing happens in the market, buy for me and then close it at certain profit. If it drops again, buy for me and then close it at certain percentage. Let me draw another one here from here up to this level, 38. So now you see that despite how I have been drawing all those loss and loss and loss, I have not drawn it up to 70%, up to 80%, up to 90%. Majorly is usually around 30-something percent, 15%, 17%, 20-something percent, etc. So when you now have this understanding, it will be very easy for us to know how to apply those settings. So you are now telling this robot that, okay, if price drop by certain level, that's how many times will you want to buy it from? So most of the time, I usually advise by recommendation that you put about 14 here, within 13 to 14, depending, and I will tell you how it's going to be varying, but put about 13 or 14 there, which we are going to be understanding why very soon. Now, what that one means is that you want to be able to buy the market, even if it is going up, going down, 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 13 times, you still want to be able to buy it. 14 times, you still want to be able to buy it. The amount that you have in your wallet will determine if you are going to be able to buy it or not. But you are going to see all those playing very, very soon. So this next one is the profit percentage. So you are now telling the robots that if after price has gone down, if it just go up a little by 1.3%, by just 1.3% like this, just close it in profit for me. That is what you are instructing that robot. That when it pulls up by 1.3%, close it in profit for me. However, so I'm still using the default setting. You now say what position take profit. What does this one mean? What position take profit? So what this one means is this: if price is going up and then it has gone up by 1.3%, instead of the robot to close it at that 1.3%, you are telling the robots to wait and see if it is going to continue going up or it's going to be dropping from that point. You now told the robot that if it dropped by 0.3%, close it in profit for me. But if it didn't drop, if it did not drop, and instead of it to get to that place, it didn't drop, and then it continued upward like that, hold on onto that position for me. Just keep on buying it. So that is what you are telling the robots to do in that area. Now, this margin configuration is where you are going to be setting the percentage drop that you want to be buying at each time market is going down. So what I mean here is this. Let me share this file, and then let me look at the one that is really trending, that is going down. Let me go to Bitcoin. Let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin when it was going down. Okay, let me just use this one. So this one is good. So what you are telling you, what you are going to be putting there is this. You want to find out how price used to first go down. You can see right here, we have 1.2% down. And then after that one again, we have 1.23% down before price went up. After that one again, we have 1.7% down before price went up. After that one again, we have 2.4% drop before price went up. After that one again, we have 3.4% drop before price decided to go up. So you want to be able to now put those drop percentage in the settings that each time price is dropping by that percentage, be buying it from it so that when it is going up, you'll be closing it in profit. If it comes down again, buy it from when it is going up, you'll be closing it in profit. So that is the setting that we are going to be putting in this place, in this one right here, this margin configuration, which is what we are now going to be going into extensively very soon. But let's still keep it. But for you to quickly understand, this is all the percentage drop that I just told you. So what the robot is going to be doing is that if price drop by 3.5%, it buys 2 times of your first buy amount for you. If price drop by 4%, if you are starting with $10, it will buy $40 for you. If price drop by another 4.5%, it's going to be buying with another $80 for you, on and on and on like that. Now, somebody was asking me that, what if they want to go with the default settings? That how much is it supposed to hold in its account to be able to use that default setting? And I told the person that you need to have about $2,600 roughly to trade it. So what it means is this: you started with $10 and then later price came down. You now told it to buy 2 times for you. That means here it's going to be 20, 4 times for you. Here it's going to be 40, 8 times for you, 80, 160, 320, 640, 1280. By the time you have all these things, it's going to be giving you roughly 2,500 something, roughly around 2,600. How many of us have about $2,600 to trade with? I know majority of us here, about 95% does not have that kind of money to trade it. In fact, 95% is even high. 99% here does not have it. So we then need to be able to have a settings that can be customizable to how much we want to trade with, so that it will accommodate what we can cover in the market and then be able to make profit with, which is where we are going to be going to very soon. So now you understand all this. Then this buy in callback. What this buy in callback means is this: By the time price goes up and then it comes down and then it closes into profit, you are telling it that if it drops by about 0.5%, if this pullback drops to about 0.5%, then buy another one for me. So you're going to be buying another one for you here, just in case price wants to start going up so that you'll be in a buy. Remember that we are going to be in cycle and it's going to continuously buy that coin for you until you change it away from the one shot, from the cycle to one shot. So now, the next one here is distributed and take profit allocation. So what this one now means is what I've explained to you before. You are now going to be putting certain percentage in this place from the 5th position onwards. Remember that we are going to be changing our strategy to sub-bin remote sign settlement. So what you are now telling the robot is that from the 5th call onward, from this 5th call onward, when price goes by 1.3% in profit, close it for me. If price goes by 1.3% for this 6th level, this one is the 6th, this one is the 5th. So it's going to be closing them individually for you so that it's not holding too much of your money each time it is buying those coins for you. So now that you understand that, we can now go to the trade settings that we have and then, okay, sub position, take profit, cover. So this one too, I don't really, okay, for this sub position anyway, it applies to this sub position. You know, our sub position start from the 5th, from the 6th, and the 7th, and onwards like that. So if most of the time, I usually set this one to be 0.1. So if you are set 1.3%, it means that you are telling the robots to close it at 1.3%. But it's not just going to close it at closing it at that 1.3%. It's going to wait to see if it's going to be dropping by 0.3% before it then closes. Otherwise, it will hold on to the position for you. So now that we understand all this, we can then go to the model that I've developed, that I've designed for you guys, so that you don't always come back to me to be asking me to help you with this and help you with that. Because me, I also have families. I need my time to, do certain things. So most of the time, people come to me for settings and I spend almost every time, every day doing settings for this one or the other. So I want to train you guys, I want to teach you so that you have that understanding, and then I'm going to be giving you that Excel file. So when I train you, anybody that wants to come on board onwards, what I'm just going to do is that you are going to be the one to now retrain that person. So I am training you right now so that you are not a mentor because you have activated. As long as you have activated and you have just one person under you, you are a sponsor, you are a mentor. The only people that is not yet a mentor is people that only activated the robot and they're just by themselves. But as long as you don't have somebody or you intend to have somebody, then you are a mentor. So with this one right now, you just don't need to bother anybody anymore. I will train you, you understand it, and then whenever you have anybody that wants to do coin setting or anything, you do it for that person, and you also train that person. And then if there's any update at any particular point in time, I'll let you know, and then I'll send you the updated file. So let me take you to the Excel file, and you'll see how beautiful I have made everything to be very, very easy for everybody, because I don't want you guys to be disturbing me or coming back again. I hope you are hearing, now they hear. Don't come and be disturbing you again. So now, this is what I've done. I have done different scenarios of dips that you may want to cover in the market. You can see here, starting with 5 dip, 7 dip, 9 dip, 11 dip, 14 dip, 19 dip, 22 dip, 25 dip, etc. So by yourself, you'll be the one to determine which amount of dip you want to cover based on the money that you have in your wallet. This is what we call forward right. Now by your hand, you go use them, do yourself. Nobody go down for you. So what I'm saying here in essence is this. So I'm just going to explain just one sheet. The same thing is what we have on all the sheets, apart from the fact that they have different dip levels. So I'm going to just start with let me start with 9 dips. I'm going to start with 9 dips. So when I send this Excel to you, the only place that concerns you, is this one, where you are going to be answering yes or no, and then the amount that you have in your spot wallet. That is the only thing you will change. Any other thing from that place, onwards, you will not change. So this section, so if your answer here is no, then you are going to be the one to put your FBA, the first buying amount that you want to use to trade. You are going to be the one to put it there by yourself. But if your answer is yes, it means that the Excel is going to disregard whatever is here, and then it will use what has been calculated as the ideal first buying amount for you. So what I'm saying here in essence is this. So by default, it's going to be no. But let's say that you want it to be yes. You say yes. So once you click select that yes, you can see that it's going to change. If I check it back to no, you can see that most of the information I'm going to be having here is going to be changing. Now, you will see here that it's going to let you know how many coins you can buy, what your FBA should be, and how much you have in your wallet to be able to buy that coin. So by rule, if the number of coin is less than 1.5, it means that you are only supposed to just buy one coin. You do not have enough money to buy 2 coins. If it is about 1.5 onwards, it means you can manage to buy 2. So if it is 2.4, it means you are only supposed to buy 2. If it is about 2.6, 2.7, it means you can manage to buy 3. So you can approximate it up or down by yourself. So what it then means is this. Once you come to this page, if you are going to be trading with $500, for instance, you put the $500 here. Once you put the $500, by default, it will tell you how much you are supposed to use as FBA to trade just about 1 or 2 coins. FBA, first buying amount, to trade just about 1 or 2 coins. But if you now desire to trade more than that coin, then it means you need to reduce your FBA. Now, if I give the permission for you guys to be putting it here, it's going to spoil the Excel that the model that I've built, which is why I then make that provision for you here separately. So if you now say, oh, me, I'm not comfortable with this FBA, it's like it's too much for me. You now say, okay, no. So once you now put the no, then you can now put the amount that you want to put it. So you can say, okay, you want to use 30. Sorry, when you now put yes, your yes means that you want to customize the FBA by yourself. So you now put it as yes. So once you put it as yes, then am I mixing it up? Okay, I think I'm mixing it up. Custom FBA, yes or no? So let me go with no. 350, and then let me go with yes. Okay. So if you are not going to go with what has been designed down, that is when you are going to be going with no. Am I getting it right? I think I'm getting it wrong because I just finished building a model before I then decide to come to you guys. So let me get it right. Do you want to go with the FBA? Yes. No, you don't want to go with the FBA. Okay, so it means you don't want to go with the FBA. If you don't want to go with the FBA, that means you are saying you want to put the FBA by yourself. So it's going to go with this 30. But by default, I'm going to set it to no. So by that no, you can see that it has increased the amount of the FBA that you're supposed to use. But if you don't want to go with that FBA, you then go with yes. So with that yes, you can see that it has increased the amount of your coin to 2.5 because you have reduced your FBA. If you reduce this further by 20, you will see that it's going to increase the amount of coin that you can buy with. Do you understand? So if you want to buy more coins, the more coins you want to buy, the smaller the FBA that you are supposed to put. If you want to buy just 1 coin, then you can increase your FBA to about 60. Then it's going to be about 1 coin. I hope this is clear. So once you do that, what this means is this. You by yourself, you are saying, I want to cover 9 deep, and it means that I can only afford to cover 25% of market fall. So what that one means is this. If price goes and falls down by 25%, you still have enough money to buy that dip so that when it is going up, you are going to be making money when it is going up. However, if market eventually falls by this more than this 25% and then goes up to about, let's say, 45%, you do not have enough money to buy that dip. It's either you go to your spot wallet and increase your spot the USDT there so that you can now use manual replenishment to get back, or you wait until price starts going up again. So once you have done that, once you have been able to do this, you then have this information in front of you. This is the margin call drop, the sub bin, and then the multiplier buy in. So with this, what I'm just going to do, let me just share my entire screen here. My entire screen here on screen 1. Okay, so what you're then going to do is that you are going to come here under this margin configuration. Now, before you go to the margin configuration, this first buying amount, you can see that you have used first buying amount here to be 60. So you are then going to come here and then change this one to 60. Once you do that, you then come here under this margin call limit. Margin call limit, you have agreed that you want to go with 9 drops, 9 drops. So now you are going to change this one to 9. You change this one to 9. So after you have changed that one to 9, leave this one as it is, or I usually advise that you just put leave this one as it is, but this one you can leave it, put it as 0.1. This one you put it at 0.1, and then this one you put it at 0.2, and then this one too at 0.1. But you can leave it at the default setting. It doesn't have much effect. Now, where the major work is this one, this margin configuration, which is where you're going to be putting the information that you have here and also that you have here. That's where you're going to be putting those two information. So now I'm going to click on margin configuration, and then it has displayed here. So what you're then going to do is that all these 3.5, 2.5, 1.7, 2.5, 3.5, you are going to be putting them here, right here. So you're going to be changing all of them and then putting it. The first one is 3.5, the next one is 2.5, the next one is 1.7, 1.7, the next one is 1.5, etc., on and on like that. And then where they wrote this 2 times, 4 times, 6 times, and other. The reason why we are changing all this is because we do not have enough money for us to be able to go on martingale. That means this one means that each time price goes down, it should double the amount of your first order for you. But by so doing, you can earn fast if you have about $2,600. But if you do not have that kind of money, which majority of us don't, then we need to go with the amount that we have in our wallet so that we can comfortably trade them and make money with it. So right here, you are then going to change all these ones right here. You're going to change it to 0.17, 0.171. Now I'm saying 0.17 now is because of the FBA I'm using and the amount of the trading capital. It's going to be different for every information that you have put in this model. So now this is where you're going to be putting the 0.17, 0.17, and then 0.17, etc., 0.17. And then the next one right here, which is the third one, is going to be 3. And then the next one is going to be 0.17. No, it's not going to be 3, it's going to be 1, sorry. It's going to be 1, and then this one is going to be 0.17, etc. Now, what happens if I change the information right here? Because everybody have different first buying amount. Everybody have different, what do you call it? Different account size they are trading with. So if I change this one away to $1,000, what will happen? You can see that it increased this one to 2.8, but what you are going to see eventually is that this information, okay, 2.8, but this information still remains the same. This information right here still remains the same. I'm still having 0.17, but it's going to change by the time I change it away from first buying amount order. So if I change the first buying amount order to maybe 25, let me just use 25. So you can see that immediately I change it from that $60 to $25. What do you see that happen? It increased the number of coins that I can trade, and then it gave me a different settings that I need to use as my multiplier buy in. So that is how you are going to be putting the settings that apply to your own trading account yourself. So once you have done all these things, once you put all those information there, do not forget to click on confirm. It's very, very important. Once you finish putting all those information, do not forget to click on this confirm. So once you click on that confirm, you have done the first part, and then you now go back. When you go back, you now come to the next one right here the next one that has RRI, which is distributed and take profit allocation. So you can leave that one as default. You can leave it as default, or you can go with what you have from this fifth position upwards. This one right here. You can go with this one, or you can leave it as default. But for one trade settings, I usually like having a profit target of around 2%, 1.5%, etc., around 2% to 3%. But what this one means is that the person that is using 1.3% is going to be getting profit target hits quite more often than you that you are holding it for 2.5% or 3%. But at the end of it all, you are going to be better off than the person. If you ask me why, the reason is because each time the robot is taking a trade, there is something that is called network fee. Network fee that is usually being deducted. It's a very small amount, but it's usually being deducted each time the robot is closing a trade, and each time the robot is taking a new position. So the more frequent you close the position and then buys another one for you, the more network fee you are going to be paying. They are very, very small though, but in the long run, they are going to be amounting at something. So I usually, prefer to have twice of this amount, like 2.6%, about 2.5%, so that it will reduce that network fee charge. But if you are the person that just likes seeing profit regularly, you just want to be seeing profit as in at every 1.3%, 1%, just be closing to the profit and leave it as the default. So once you have done that, you then click on confirm. So immediately you then click on confirm, you go back, and then you are done. Immediately you are done, this is the last thing that you must not forget. Do not forget to click on this save. If you don't click on this save and then you go back, everything that you have done is wiped out. You need to start all over again. So do not forget to click on this save. So once you do that, you have done the trade setting for that. But for this one, I'm not going to save it because I have already done the trade setting before. I don't want it. So I'm going to click on cancel. I'm just going to cancel it right now. So if you want to check the trade setting that I've done for this person, by the time you go to this big USDT and then you click on the trade setting, you'll see the trade setting that I've set up for that. You can see that for this account right now, I'm using 20 USDT and I'm using 9 times. And then this is what I told you, 0.1, 0.2, 0.1. And then if you go to the margin configuration, I've set all those things there. And then I've put in all this information that you can see right here, all this information, all this one. I've put them here, and then all this 0.5 and 1, I have put them there. So I don't need to do, so anytime I want to take a trade, so let's say, for instance, I want to now buy a new trade, which is why you want to first do the trade settings first down. So anytime you want to buy any trade at all, the only thing you just need to do is to go to that currency pair. Let's say I want to buy HBAR. I just go to HBAR. If you go to HBAR and click on trade setting, you'll see that the setting is already there. So you don't need to do that settings again. The only thing you just need to do is to click on start, and then it will buy it for you. That's all. So you just want to take that pain to do the setting first. After that, it's just to be enjoying. Now, I think it's at close one. Okay, new buyer. Okay, the one I bought before. Okay. So once you have done that for the general, you do the same settings for. So some people used to get confused because when they have done the setting, they will now come here. And then when they click on, okay, they will now come here. When they now click on trade setting, they will see the exact default settings there instead of the one that they have done. They will now still be seeing the exact default setting there. When you go to the trade setting, it will assume that you want to set everything afresh again. So it's going to take you back to default. But the setting that you have done before is still there. So if I click on any of the coin right here, if I click on any of the coin and then go to the trade setting, you'll see that I still have my trade settings there. But if I then want to do as if I want to start a new batch settings entirely, I come to this batch setting and then I click on trade setting. I click on all and I click on trade setting. It's going to show the default. It's going to assume you want to do a new setting, so it's going to take you back to default. But it does not mean that your trade settings that you did before have been wiped out. No. Now, the other thing that I also need to let you know is this. Let's say, for instance, you are in 2 trades, and now you want to buy another coin. Let's say that you have around $500 here, or you just added another $500 and you want to buy another coin. that is going to be different from the settings that you have done before. So let's say, for instance, you want to have a very short trade, like the one that has just 5 dips, just 5 dips. So you can see that the settings of this 5 dip is different from the settings of this 9 dips. So what you're going to do is that for that coin that you want to buy, you go to that coin itself, and then you can do the trade settings of that coin for that one alone, and then you click on the start when you want to. So you can do custom settings for each coin, or you can do batch setting for every coin. You understand? So for this model that I've designed, I just told you the only place that requires you to change anything is this place, these 3 cells. Every other thing here, you are not going to be able to touch it. I'm going to lock everything. Everything here, I'm going to lock it so that you do not tamper with the model that have been built in such a way that you'll now be coming back to me that it has scattered or I will not attend to that, which is why I usually lock it. The only thing I need here is this. So in this case, if you have $5,000, you can cover as much as 92% of the market. You can cover about 92% of the market if you want to. Market don't usually go to that kind of deal like 92%. But if that is what you want to do, you will see that this person right here, I put $5,000 account, and you can see that it's suggesting an FBA of $100 and the person can buy 4 coins. So, but if the person feels that, the default setting is $200. That means the person can use an FBA amount of $200 with $5,000 account size. That means that for each coin is going to be costing you about $2,300 to cover 95% of the market and be able to buy 2 coins. But if the person feels that he wants to be able to buy more coins and he doesn't like this, the $200 first buying amount is high, then you can customize it and say yes, that you want to change it from the custom to this. Then you can put maybe 50 there. So when you put 50, you can see that it has increased the number of coins that you can buy. But if you have this kind of money, I usually advise that you either use 100 or you use 200 so that you can limit your number of coins to about 4 or 2. Now, the last thing I'm going to be explaining here is this. Let us assume, for instance, that you want to be able to cover 9 dips, but you don't have enough money. So I'm going to just put, let me put 170 here, which is what many of you guys have. Let me even use 120, yes. So let me use 120. So what it means is this. If you have just $120, if you want to be able to cover enough dip, you must have to reduce your FBA. If you do not reduce your FBA, then it means that you need to look at where your money can carry you reach. Look at where your money can carry reach. This is where the $120 is. It means instead of you to put 9 dips, you are going to instead use 5 dips, because that is where the amount of money that you want to trade with lies. So in this particular case, if you have $120 and you want to trade and you want to be using 25 FBA, when you want to do the settings right here, you are going to be putting 5 here instead of 9, because even if you put 9 or you put 20, by the time market has taken gotten up to 5 and it has exhausted your $120, the other amount that you have put there, or whatever setting that you have put there, is irrelevant. As far as there's no money, it will not do anything anymore. So, but if you want to be able to now cover enough dip, you can reduce this one to 15. So when you reduce it to 15, you will see that your $120 can now be able to cover about 7 dips. So now you can put 7 dips here instead of the 9. So if you now want to be able to cover much more than that, then you need to have much more money in your account. And it's going to be telling you the minimum amount you need to have to be able to cover. That means you need to be able to have $150 to cover 9 dips at 15 FBA. So by the time you put the $150 here, $150 here, you will see that it will show you that you can buy 1 coin and then you'll be able to have covered 9 dips up to this level. So that's just how this thing is. It's a very simple model. If you collect this model, you only just need to look at, or if you are the sponsor or the mentor and somebody wants to sign up under you, you just need to ask the person that how much is your trading account. So how much do you want to trade it? And if the person says $500, you don't need to put $500 here. And then you can ask if the person wants to buy 2 coins or 3 coins. If the person wants to buy 2 coins or 3 coins and it has $500, it means that you need to reduce the amount of FBA right here. So I can put that to be 10 and then change this one to be yes. So immediately I put that to be 10 and change this one to be yes. You can see that it has increased the amount of coins to 4. So I usually advise that you use something quite higher than that. So let's just use 25. Let's use 25 and see. So with that 25 FBA, you can see the person can buy 2 coins, and then per coin, that person is risking $240 per coin to be able to cover 30% of market dips. I hope this is clear, and I am sure that right now we are going to be having questions. So let me attend to questions in the next 10, 15 minutes. Questions? Questions and appreciations. Anyone that you want. Do you have any question? If you have any question, raise your hand, and then I will unmute you so that you can ask them. Then, okay, last but not the least, let's say, for instance, that you are on the 19th dip, and then you have about $2,500, for instance. You have about $2,500, and no, don't let me use $2,500. Let me just use $1,000, which is what many have. So you have $1,000 right here. You will see what is here. What is here shows that you can be able to buy 2 coins. These are the number of coins that you can buy. You can be able to buy 2 coins. If you want to trade with $1,000, and you want to be able to buy 4 coins, about 4 coins, it means that your dip level will be about 7 or 8 calls, which means that you are having about 240 to 250 per coin. So the more you go down, the lower the number of the coins you can get, and then the higher the number of the market dips you will be able to cover. Okay, Omo Wonola is raising his hand. Unmute yourself, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for always being there.
My pleasure.
I'm one of the people that always disturb you. So sorry.
Oh boy. Oh boy, don't be small.
Yeah. Sorry. You said it is better for us not to be leaving our money inside Royal Queue, just in case of they are offline or something. Yeah, exactly. Now, how are we going to make the withdrawal? I think you are yet to make mention of that.
Okay, let me quickly take you to, let me share this. So I'm going to cancel this and then go back. So let's assume that you want to withdraw your money. Under this mine, you go to assets and then you click on withdrawal. So once you click on this withdrawal, you will see that you can be able to withdraw the money that you have in your Royal Queue right now is 10.9. So you can put that 10.9 right here. No, the address, that's the space for the address. So you put the 10.9 right here. And then each time you want to withdraw, they usually charge $2 for each transaction you want to withdraw. $1 goes to the network, and then the $1 goes to Royal Queue for penalty or whatever, I don't know. Then this is the wallet address you're going to be copying from your Binance account to this place. So once you put the wallet address, you go to your Binance wallet address, and then you copy your wallet address and put it here, and you click on confirm. Let me just quickly let me see if it's going to put anything. Okay, it's not correct. But if it eventually goes through, it's just going to tell you to, if you have not done your transaction code, your transaction withdrawal code, it's going to tell you to do it at that point. I usually advise people to do it. So if you want to do that one, this is what you do. First, come to under security center. So under this security center, you will see transaction password, which has not yet been set for this person. So you are going to put in 6 digits that is known to you alone. So even if you have given your password to somebody to manage your Royal Q account for you. As far as the person does not have your 6-digit code, he cannot withdraw your money. If the person wants to withdraw your money, they need to get a code from your email. So if the person, it's only if the person still now have access to your email, that's when the person can withdraw your money without you knowing. So you set your transaction code here, and then you get verification email from code from your email and put it. So once you have set that, anytime you now want to withdraw, once you want to withdraw, you just go to your assets and then go to withdrawal, put the wallet address here from your Binance, put the quantity here, click on confirm. It will tell you to put in your transaction password that you have set. You put that, and then it will tell you to go and get a code from your email. You put that one too, and then automatically it's sent. Within 3 minutes to 5 minutes, you will see it in your Binance wallet. I hope that one is clear. Any other question? Okay, somebody is asking, is it better to have more coins with low FBA or few coins with increased FBA? So I usually advise you have few coins. Just work with, so if, let's say for instance, you have about $10,000. I have someone that has around $5,000. So let's say you have around $5,000. Let me go to that, that model. So let's work with that. So yeah, let me just put $5,000 here, $5,000. So when I put $5,000 here, and then I put this one to be yes, you can see that it's telling me that I can, if I'm using FB of 15, I can buy as many coins as 18 coins. It's very crazy when you want to have too many coins that you want to trade with. The reason is for control purposes. If you are following up on about 4 or 5 coins, it's easy for you to know when they want to start going down, when they have gone up and want to go down. And then you can close, change it to one shot, and then look for another coin that want to go up and buy. So it's usually very best, it's really very good that you increase your buy and FBA. So for this kind of money now, $5,000 to about $200. So when you increase it to about 200, you can see you are having about 3 coins that you can trade with. If you now want to be able to trade with, you want to be able to trade with 4 coins or 5 coins, then you can reduce this to maybe 150 or thereabout. And then it will tell you that you can buy 4 coins. So you can, play around with 4 coins or 5 coins, but maximum 4 to 5 coins. Any other question? Which coins do you recommend? And in the group, I usually do that. And then very soon I am going to, okay, let me quickly use that to educate us on the signal that I want to be giving very, very soon, so that I will educate you on how to go about that signal call. So in the group, the Forex trading, Forex Grandmaster trading group, I used to post trade calls there. I used to tell you the coins that want to start going up, and how am I able to do that? Let me quickly show you my my model. Let me show you this one. I just bought a software very soon, but sometimes it gives me error. Sometimes it does well. So I'm just going to quickly go to ship. Let me go to ship and then take this to 1 hour and then set, put my RSI. So what I do majorly most of the time is that I have an indicator that always tell me when price had gone up or when it had gone down. And I combine that with price action majorly. So there are 3 things I do for me to know. The first one is that I usually first go to TradingView to have a broad understanding of where the price direction is going to. So if I go to that ship, you'll see that I have drawn the trade analysis there. Where is ship? Yeah. So this is where we are on that lower time frame that you can see. But in the overall structure, it's still having a bullish continuation. That means it's supposed to get up to this level. So what I usually do is that I will first go, all the coins that we can trade on Royal Q, I've already added them here. So I now bought a software that brings all those different coins on the MetaTrader. The problem with this one is that it does not send me an alert for me to know when that price has gotten to overbought or oversold. which is what I usually need when I want to look for a trade setup. That's why I bought that software. So in that software, what the software will do for me is this. On the lower time frame, which is this, immediately price is getting to this certain level. Immediately price is getting to somewhere around here. I'm going to be receiving a notification that it has gone down, and that means it has been oversold. So once it has been oversold, I then come to this trading view to check where the price action is. So if I can see that it has a bullish price action, the only thing that I just need to wait for at that period is confirmation of that structure. So let me take you back to the Excel file. So this is what you have right here in that. This is what you have right here in this MT4. So most of the time, this is what I'm telling you about. This one, most of most of all these indicators that you can see on the 1 hour time frame. So my trade setup are usually based on 1 hour. So I have an RSI right here that will give me indicator when price has gone down. So I can see that, okay, after going down, I want to go up. So it means we want to buy. Then if it has gotten to this place, I want to go down. Sometimes I don't bother because I know it's just going to be pulling back and then going up. But the one that concerns me the most is when it has given me an indicator that it has sold. So once it has sold, the only thing I just need to do is to confirm that there's going to be a bullish setup. So once I confirm that there's going to be a bullish setup, I will then send that in the group. Let me show you the example of the trade call, not this one. This one. So this is the example of the trade call. So if I give you this kind of stuff now, for my own now, I am not going to be putting this one there anymore. Once I send you that Excel file, I'm not going to be putting all these things anymore, because now you have that Excel file that shows you all this information that you need to put in the coin that you want to trade. All this information, whether it's going to be this, all this information that you have right here is what I have right there. So I'm not going to be putting all those things anymore. I'm just going to be giving you an understanding of where the total percentage of profit that you can get from here, and then maybe number of calls that it is ideal for that trade setup. And that's all. So by yourself, you just go to the Excel file. Since you have already done the trade settings from the offset, the only thing you just need to do, if I give you this kind of maybe big USDT or whatever, you just go to your quantitative and then search for the coin. If you cannot get to see it under professional, you search for it in general or professional, and then you search for it. Once you, let's say we want to buy AION, you just search AION. It will bring it out, and then you come here and then you click on start. So immediately you click on start, it buys it automatically for you. I hope that one is clear. Any other question? Any other question so that we can call it a day? It's supposed to be a 2-hour training, and so we are almost 2 hours spent. Yes, ma. Unmute yourself.
Hello, good evening, everybody, and thank you very much once again for a very enlightening session.
My pleasure.
So, yes, so my question is this. That spreadsheet that you sent, that you just sent, I've had it on my phone before, but I don't really, when it enters into my phone, do we need a laptop to be able to navigate or put all the trade settings that you just explained or something?
Okay.
Because I wasn't.
You will need, let me go here. You will need have Excel on your phone at least, but it's very advisable that you have it open on a system like a laptop or whatever, but you can still use your phone. Let me just go here, and then you search for Microsoft Excel. So as far as you have Microsoft Excel in your phone, it will open it. Microsoft Excel, this one. So
Okay.
you just download it, you install it, and then to be able to open it, and then you can put those capital place and then change it from whether yes or no to put in your own FBA that you want to use.
Okay, thank you very much.
My pleasure. Okay, Amon Wonola also want to unmute yourself and talk.
Thank you. Please, I just want to ask. I like buying shit coins, airdrops, stuffs like that. Hope I can still be using my Binance account for those stuffs. Hope it won't disturb the robot.
The robot only works with the amount of money you have in your USDT spot wallet. You understand? So by yourself, you can reduce that amount and use it to buy the coins, those cheap coins by yourself. It won't affect it at all.
It's okay.
It will only reduce the amount that you are trading with. So if, for instance, you want to trade with $500 and then you have taken $100 to buy that coin, it means you only have $400 left for the robot to work with.
It's okay. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Mr. Dio, mute yourself, sir.
Yes, thank you, my mentor.
My Oga, I greet you.
Yeah, in fact, it's been a very wonderful lecture, sir, with all the models.
Oh, boys, no.
Thank you very much.
I say I have to go and be drinking water because talking, it's not easy.
That was a powerful model, bros. Okay, I want to ask, if we withdraw the profits from the bot and send back to our Binance, is there a way that I want to try to talk about something like plowing back the profits? Once we send it back to the sports wallet, I believe it will reflect on the total balance in the Binance account.
Exactly.
So, okay, then the robot can continue trading as it was trading with it again, and when it gets to its time, we'll repeat the same thing, right?
The money that you're really going to be able to withdraw are those ones that you are getting from referral. Otherwise, you'll be the one to even be paying from your Binance to Royal Q once the money you have in your assets is getting low. I think you understand.
Okay.
So if you then have people that join under you, you're going to be getting some certain income. Those ones you can withdraw. But for the trading part, you need to have about $10, $20 in that your asset so that they will be able to deduct certain amount of money each time they are closing profits on your behalf.
Okay. So there should always be a balance in there, at least $10.
Yeah. Depending on how much you are trading. If you are trading with about $2,000 or $5,000, that $10 will go down very fast. You understand? So for someone that has around $5,000 and the robot is closing profit regularly, within a week, $20 can even finish within 3 days or thereabout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, bros.
Ujugwe. Can you unmute yourself? Uju?
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Ma.
So my question is, for someone who has a capital of $1,000, which coin presently will be safe, and how many coins will be open for the person to trade with?
And for the number of coins, I think I explained that one not quite long. You will see the Excel file here. You will see the Excel file. Let's put $1,000 there.
I joined very.
Okay, you have not been part of the training before. So if you put $1,000 here, you see that is advising a first buying amount of about 140, based on the fact that the person only want to go with 7 deep calls, 140. But if you now feel that 140 is too risky for you to trade with, you can then click on yes right here, so that you can then change this one to the amount that you want to trade it. For instance, you can say you want to use 100 first buying amount. So with that, you're having about 2 coin or thereabouts to trade with. So the next question that you have is, how do you know which coins to buy? Was that your question? Which is what I just recently answered, that once in a while, I usually drop those calls The reason I've not been doing that regularly is because I just got that software, and each time I try to download all those data from Binance, it usually puts me in blacklist, like I'm downloading too much coins and all that. So it's telling me to be taking it slow. So I need to be able to get all those things down and ready yet before I will then start giving you those advices. But I will be dropping them in the group. But presently we are on Sheep, we are on Matic, we are on which other one? We are on Ripple, we are on BNB. We are on about 5 coins right now. Any other question? Okay, so in the answer of any question, I will advise you guys, as you can see, RoyalQ app is not a scam, it's an app that has lots of functionalities. And for someone to build that kind of stuff, you can be rest assured that it is built to last a very long period of time. So it'll be very, very free to invite, to tell people about it, to invite your friends, so that as you're making money trading your own account, you're also going to be making money from the account of the people that are trading under you, and also be making money as much as people are coming under you. In fact, the money that you're going to be making from referring people alone is usually much more higher, much more than the one that you're going to be getting from trading. But it makes sense to be able to even be getting the two from the trading and also from the referral affiliate trading. So if you guys have any question, I'll be very available in a group to answer you. And then since this is going to be recorded, I'm going to be putting it on YouTube, and then I will send you guys the link to watch at any time. So my regards to your family, guys. Cheers and bye for now.